Hi. So I wanted to do this information video for quite some time. And then in the past year and a half, it kind of hit home. And so I really want to get this information across. So just to tell you, I'm a natural health care practitioner. I have experience in drugless cancer care. So I see a lot of patients, in critical situations and in a critical time in their life. One of the things that I actually am surprised at is how many people do not have a will. And this is something I hear from my patients when they're in my office and family members are in my office and things like that. And like I said, in the past year, I've had a close friend and several family members have health challenges. And so these are kind of things that have come up in the last year for me that I think it's important that you know these informations. So I'm a lawyer, so don't just go by my words, but check into this and put some things in place. So everybody should have a will. You need to have a will. If you don't have a will, in my opinion, you are selfish, because if you go, you leave a mess to everybody else to have to clean up. If you have children, if you have anything, you have a bank account, you need to have a will. Okay? They don't cost that much money to get done. You need to have a will. You need to specify who's in charge and where things go. Otherwise, like I said, you leave a mess for other people to have to clean up when you're gone. So you need a will. You need a power of attorney. You need, in case something happens to you, simply if you're in a car accident and you're in a coma, what are you going to do? Who's going to look after you? Who's going to look after your affairs? You need a power of attorney, someone that you can trust to look after your money and to look after your affairs, your finances. Then you need someone that's in charge of your health. Someone that is, going to be able to be your voice if you can't be your voice, okay? You also need a living will, so that again, same thing. If you're incapacitated and you can't speak for yourself, somebody else can speak for you, okay? Not only do you need a will, but if you have a bank account, you need someone else on your bank account. You need someone else listed on your investments, on everything. You need somebody else. Otherwise, you leave to chance that your stuff will then go into your estate and then get taxed, and you're going to lose money off it. Now, if you don't care, great. You want to give the government all your money? Great. I mean, I think they've already taken enough throughout your lifetime. You would want to use that money in a better way. You need to have someone else on your account. And then that way you're not taxed on it. From my understanding, you're not taxed on it. That way, if somebody else is on your account and something happens to you, that person can get access to your funds if they need to. And if you have no one that you trust to be able to put in charge of this stuff for you, I feel sorry for you, and you need to go find better friends. Okay? Plain and simple. Sorry that I'm straightforward in this, but you really do need to do that. The second thing is, statistically, 50% of people are going to get cancer in their lifetime. That's what Canadian Cancer Society states, okay? In your lifetime, 50%. So you need to have a frank conversation with whoever's going to be in charge of your health, with your children, with your family. What if you ever got cancer? What would you do? Be proactive. Think about it. Because the problem is, when people get a health challenge, they know they are such an emotional state that they can't think rationally. I mean, not everybody, but I'm saying in general, it becomes emotion. And then trying to decide what you want done for what your beliefs are harder to make that decision. And I'm telling you, when you're in an emotional state and you hear things, fear takes over, and you should never make a decision when you're in fear. And so you really need to have a frank conversation. what would you do? So let's just talk about cancer, because so many people, statistically 50% of the population is going to get cancer. What would you do? What would be your choice of protocol? What would be your choice of treatment? If you have, do you believe in chemo? Do you believe in radiation? Would you go that route? Do you believe in complementary health? That means complementary, both together. Natural, alternative medicine, homeopathic, naturopath, Chinese medicine, acupuncture, whatever, that sort of with, what they call traditional or pharmaceutical medicine, okay, chemo and radiation. Or would you just go all natural? You need to have this frank conversation with your family that is your wishes, that is what you would choose to do. Because again, when you're emotional, it's hard to make those decisions. So not only do you have to have that frank conversation to say that with your family, and also so that you know what you would do, you need to have that written down, and you need to have whoever's in charge of your medical absolutely know that that is your wish. And not only that, just because of some things I've seen over the last year, I personally would never have one person in charge of my health. Never. Because if they're not on the same path as you, A1, you shouldn't have chosen them to be part of it, but you probably didn't have that conversation in the first place. Then you should have two people that will make that decision for you so that they can rationalize it out between one another. So I know this has nothing to do with what I do as a homeopath and a regulated healthcare practitioner, but I see this happen all the time. And just because of personal experience over the last year, I really highly recommend that people put those things in place. It's a necessity. So I hope it's helpful. And if you don't have these things in place, I hope you get at it. That's it for now. And remember, a happy heart is good medicine. Bye.